So everyone, thanks for joining us tonight on Monday to kind of outlay this plan. For those of you who were in your team meetings and expressed interest, thank you a lot. And for those of you who have kind of collected word over the time, the purpose of this meeting is to introduce you guys to Andrew Just. He's a partner and founder in the Train Fitness program that we're going to be partnering with. Essentially, it's a tech-based app that uses Apple kind of iWatch technology to be able to track our workout a little bit beyond the normal specs of heart rate and mileage and different stuff like that, incorporating a lot of variables into their lifting platform. So our partnership with them is hoping to build their database and for us to have a firsthand look at what this app is and maybe some importance that it could mean for us in training. So before we get going, I want to remind everyone of two things. First is to ensure that you're making sure that you fill out your waiver form and send that back to me as soon as possible. You can find the waiver form on your TeamBuildr account. So if you log in through your app, go into the documents and links section, into the HPC document folder, there's a PDF in there called Train Fitness Consent Waiver, making sure that we fill that out and send that back to me as we need that for you guys to be progressing in this. The second thing is I had some emails that kind of kicked back to me. So we asked everyone for their York-based email. So just making sure whatever email that you guys gave to us is correct. Over the course of the next week, I'll be collecting the emails that Andrew and myself aren't able to connect the app-based service with, and I'll be reaching out individually, but just making sure that we have those correct emails. For all of our first-year incoming athletes, if you do not have a York email at this time, please send your Gmail or your most regular used email. For the most part, everyone was pretty good, but again, just want to make sure that everyone has a chance to participate. So if there's any questions about that, we can go quickly. If not, I'm going to pass it over to Andrew and he's going to talk about this opportunity for us guys. All good. Andrew, take it away.
Cool. Thanks, Emerson. Appreciate it. Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew. I'm one of the co-founders of Train Fitness. Emerson, thanks for the quick intro. So appreciate you guys all taking the time to sign up for this program. Wanted to do a couple things today. Number one, just give you a quick overview of what the program is, what the app is. Number two, how to get started, and then hopefully we'll give you a quick demo at the end. I know it's your guys' evening. I don't want to take too much of your time, so I'll try and move through it in like 10 or 15 minutes and go through everything pretty quickly. So to give you guys a bit of background, when I was in high school about a decade ago, I was a semi-competitive triathlete and trained a lot in the cardio space. As I went to university, my training started to transition from only cardio to strength as well. And I think one of the things that I was disappointed about, that I'm sure you guys may have felt as well or seen as well, is on the cardio side of things, there's a ton of apps and tools available to help you track and record metrics and exercises. So if you think of like heart rate, blood ox, distance, pace, elevation gain, all these different stats, they're all available whether you're cycling or running or skipping or walking or whatever it might be. But nothing really exists on the strength space unless you get really, really sophisticated. But for the most part, I was just looking for a tool to be able to track my reps. If I go to the gym and do 100 push-ups today and I do 90 push-ups tomorrow, I just want to be able to track that. If I'm doing a squat or a deadlift or whatever it might be, I wanted to be able to automatically track my progress throughout time. So that's why we started building Train Fitness. Right now, we're only on the iPhone and the Apple Watch. So I know there's been a couple questions about that. But for right now, we're iPhone and Apple Watch only. We're working with York right now to give some access to Apple Watches and iPhones at the varsity training facility. I know you guys are outside right now and hopefully inside soon. But so if you don't have one, don't worry, you'll be able to use one of the ones that we're setting York up with. But basically the idea is it's pretty simple and it's very like low touch and low cost for you guys. Strap the Apple Watch on at the beginning of your sorry about that. And then as you perform your workout, it's going to automatically detect all of your reps and exercises and count them automatically for you. So the beauty of that is really the only thing that you need to set up is you need to input the weight that you're lifting or performing an exercise with in the watch, and that's basically it. So the way it's going to work is basically we're hoping to get you guys started as soon as tomorrow. So what's going to happen is you're going to get an email from me. The email address it'll be from hello@trainfitness.ai. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow. It may end up in your spam folder. If it does, just be sure to double check. And basically what you'll do is you'll get an invite code to the app and it'll walk you through everything that you need to do to be able to set up the app and get started. What I want to do today is give you guys a really quick intro to it, a really quick demo, so you can kind of see how it works. And then what I'll do is I'll leave 5 minutes at the end to answer any questions that anyone might have. So what I'm going to try and do here is share my screen. Let me see if I can do that here. Okay, let's go. All right, there we go. Are you guys able to see this? Emerson, you guys can see the screen here?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Awesome, thank you guys. All right, I'm gonna grab my Apple Watch here and strap it on and we'll kind of give you a quick demo. So basically when you download the app, you'll get to the get started page. Concept is pretty simple. So the app pairs with your Apple Watch, and then it's going to detect your sets and exercises automatically. So if you're doing a bicep curl, it's going to know that you're doing a bicep curl. It's going to count those reps. If you're doing a front squat, it's going to know you're going to do a front squat. It's going to count those reps. There's 82 exercises that it supports. So most of your common exercises, it will automatically detect everything from pull-ups to sit-ups, squats, deadlifts, lunges, curls, extensions, cable exercises. It'll cover all of that. The only thing you'll see is when you start getting into more advanced compound movements, you may start to see we don't support those exercises yet, but for the most part, we support a lot of them. So it's going to track your reps. It's going to keep a log of all your reps, and then it's going to keep stats for you and metrics as well, so that you can always look back on your workout. So if you're curious, okay, what was I benching 4 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, 12 weeks ago, you'll be able to see that very easily and look at those stats. So I'm going to go ahead and, so what you guys will do is you'll click the get started button, and then it'll take you through a process to get started. I'm just going to log in here since I already have an account. Just give me 1 second here. So the first thing you'll notice is it's going to take me to my feed page right away. So you can see right here, anyone that you're following, you'll be able to see workouts that those people have performed. So you can see here's some recent workouts that I performed and friends have performed. And you'll be able to look into a workout. If you click on a workout to see details, you'll be able to see the duration of the workout, the total volume lifted, the heart rate, calories, recovery time, rest time, the muscle groups that you've hit, and then the specific exercise here. In this case, I was actually just testing the app and it was just 3 exercises that I performed. So then what you can do is if you go to the exercises tab, what you'll see is you'll see a variety of the different exercises that we support. So as I mentioned, there's 82 different exercises that we support. So as you scroll through here, you can see every exercise that the app will detect automatically. And there is quite a few of them, so I won't go through them all now, but when you guys download the app, you'll get a chance to be able to go through these. There's alerts and profile. I won't go through those. We'll go jump right into the workout section. So let me actually see if I can make myself a little larger here. Hang on. And there we go. Just so you guys can see both here. Apologies, bear with me. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm actually casting my phone screen onto the computer as well right now. So what I'm going to do is when you're ready to start your workout, you'll be prompted on your watch to start your workout. You hit start workout. The workout will start. You'll see the workout duration in the top right corner, the rest time, and then your heart rate. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start by performing, I'll do like 5 bicep curls here. And as soon as you start performing an exercise, you'll see the dumbbell that's spinning on the screen. I wasn't counting, I believe that was 5. When I stop, it'll take a couple seconds for it to load. And then what you should see is, oh, went a little high there. Hang on, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cancel this and restart it. This was something I was working on recently. Just bear with me for 1 second, guys. All right, so I'll try a different exercise this time. We'll do like hammer curls. I'll do 5 sets. So 1, 2. You'll see that dumbbell starts moving. And then when I stop, it'll take a couple seconds for it to stop. And then there you go, 5 hammer curls. So what it'll do is it'll basically pop up. If you need to edit it, you can edit the reps and the weight there. It'll disappear. I could try a different exercise, show you guys that it's not some sort of voodoo magic here. I'll do like a lat raise here. I'll go for maybe I don't know, I think that was 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll give that a couple seconds to let that register. And there you go. So this time it detected 5 instead of 6. So in this case, what you're going to do is you can hit the plus button on the phone, and then it'll update it to the correct number. So as I mentioned, it supports over 82 different exercises. What's important, a couple things to note is, number one, for right now, the app will only detect when you perform more than 2 exercises. So if you're going for a 1 rep max or a 2 rep max, it won't detect it. You need to do a minimum of 3. One thing that's important to note is the app will actually learn as you use it. The exercise detection and the rep counting will become smarter as you use it more. So the first time you use it, you can expect that some of the exercise detection and the rep counting might be a little bit off. But as you use it your second, your third, and your fourth time, it'll actually learn how you move and how you perform. And then I would expect the accuracy to increase. Let's see, what else can I tell you? So what's important for us, and I guess where this particular program is super helpful. So number one, we're looking to try and help you guys track your exercises better. So feel free to log every single workout that you can when you have access to an Apple Watch. For those of you guys that have an Apple Watch, great. If you don't, you'll have hopefully access to it at the Varsity Gym. If you do see any issues or anything with the bug, with the app, I will give you my email address when I reach out. I'll give you my personal email address as well. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or issues or need any help getting onto the app. I can definitely help with that. And then other than that, what I would say is, as exercises are detected, if it counts it wrong or it detects the exercise incorrectly, the more that you correct it, the better it will be in the long run. So let's say, for example, you do 8 lat raises and it detects 8 rear delt flies or 8 front raises. You can actually edit the name of the exercise that appeared. And by doing that, you will help the app learn how you're performing exercises, so that next time it's much less likely to get it incorrect. And what you'll start to see over time is, after 3 or 4 different sessions, it'll actually start to improve a lot. Other than that, once you're done your workout, you basically will hit finish workout. You can save it to your profile, and then it saves all your stats. What's really cool about this program, and what I'm excited for you guys about, is we're building a lot of really interesting stats that'll actually start to show you your progression over time in terms of your strength and your trajectory on where we think you can go based off of your workout versus other similar athletes or other similar profiles. So what I would say is, within the first couple of weeks, obviously, as you start to build that trajectory, you're not going to have a ton of data to really look back on, because you simply just won't have the data logged yet. But within 1 to 2 months of using the app, what I'd expect is you'll have enough data that will start to be able to provide really interesting stats on how you're moving, how you're performing, and where we actually think you can go. So I know I've said a lot. Let me pause for a second. I'll see if there's any questions about the app or anything about the program as well.
I have a question.
Yep.
I was wondering, so obviously each time like you work out and you correct it, it learns from that, obviously. Is it tailoring it to each person, or is it like overall, like is it learning for you, or is it learning for all?
Great question. So it's primarily learning for you. It will learn for all as well. So the more people in general use it, the better the app will become. But specifically, it is learning how you move. So an example of that would be, let's say if you're performing a sit-up, there's multiple different variations in how you can perform a sit-up. Your hands could be here, they could be behind your head, you could cross them, you could do this, you could kind of throw them. There's a bunch of different ways that people perform sit-ups. If we learned that, hey, most often, it was Emma, right? Most often when you perform a sit-up, specifically you cross your arms, the app will actually learn that you yourself perform it that way, and then we'll tailor it for future use.
Thank you.
No worries. Any other questions? Jackson.
I was wondering, I heard that the Train app was able to detect if you don't properly do a set, like if your mechanics are incorrect. How does it do that exactly?
Yeah, so it's a feature that feature's still in beta, so you won't have access to that feature quite yet, but it will be rolled out to this group soon. So basically what we're doing is we're starting with just what we're calling common errors in exercises. And those common errors are going too quickly, going too slowly, or for specific exercises, there's errors that are quite common. An example would be in any sort of curling motion, an indication that someone's using too much weight. A very simple indication is that they'll actually start to swing from the shoulder. So rather than performing, let's see if I can turn my angle here. Rather than performing a strict curl like this, you're actually going to be kind of like swinging your arms because the weight's too heavy. And we can actually detect that swinging motion. We can also detect if you round your back when you're squatting, or if you start to fall forward when you're squatting, both on a front and a back squat. So things like that, we're able to start detecting and providing recommendations on. Unfortunately, the feature's still in beta. Hopefully we can have it to you guys by the start of the school year in September, but still working on that one.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. And maybe actually, Jackson, I thought of another thing while he had mentioned that. One thing to note as well is on the exercise detection, when the app does detect an exercise, you'll get an alert on your watch as well. So let's say I finished doing my 8 reps. It takes about 2 to 4 seconds for it to process. You'll get a buzz on your watch, and it'll bring an alert screen up on your watch to indicate that you can edit the set. And what you'll see is you'll be able to edit on the watch as well. I know I only showed you guys the phone screen, but on the watch as well, you can actually update the weight, and you can update the reps as well. So you can actually start the workout on your phone and like put your phone away and put it to the side. You don't have to be on your phone the whole time while you're working out.
Okay, and I kind of have another question based on that.
Sure.
Is it able to detect the weight automatically? The same way
No,
it could
so for right now, the way it works is the weight does need to be inputted manually. You can do it either on your phone or on the watch, but it does require manual input on one of the 2 devices for the weight for right now.
Okay.
One thing I should mention as well is what happens if you do an exercise that's not detected on the watch. So what's an exercise we're still trying? So if you were to do something like a landmine press, which we don't support, but we will soon, hopefully. So if you do an exercise that's not detected, the app basically just will not say anything or won't detect anything. There is an option to add a manual exercise within the app. So you can click the add manual exercise. You only need to do that if you want to. It's more just like if you want to have a comprehensive view of your workout and you feel that adding, every single exercise in is going to be helpful. If you're doing an exercise that we don't support from our AI perspective yet, what you can do is you can add it in as a manual exercise, and then you'll see that full picture. But if you do an exercise that we don't support at the current time, the app just simply won't recognize anything. Any other questions? Sorry, I can't. Feel free to just unmute yourself and shout out if you have a question. Okay, it doesn't look like it. Okay, well then in that case, Emerson, maybe what I'll do is I'll pass it off to you. Just from my perspective, what you should be aware of, expect an email from me sometime tomorrow. So the email address, it's hello@trainfitness.ai. I will send that out tomorrow. The instructions for getting started on the app will all be in there. Because we're still in beta right now and we're not on the App Store yet, you'll have to go through Apple's beta testing kit in order to set it up. That'll all be in the email. It's quite simple. You just click the link and you download the app. If you don't have an Apple Watch and an iPhone and you're looking to take part, when the Apple Watch and the iPhone are set up with the varsity program, when you start your workouts, whether it's indoors or outdoors, they'll be there and they'll be available, and it'll just be as simple as creating an account by putting your name, email, and creating a password. And once you get started, you just hit start workout. So Emerson, I'll turn it over to you now.
Yeah, sorry, Andrew. We have one question in the chat here. So they just asked, workouts still get tracked on the rings for the watch, or is it that a separate function?
Yep, great question. So yeah, so if you're using your own device, so if you have your own Apple Watch and iPhone, then the total time of the workout and the calories that you burn will be included in your Apple Health Kit, which is what closes your rings on the Apple Watch and then on the iPhone. Unfortunately, if you're using one of the varsity gym devices, then there's no way for us to be able to sync that with your account. But if you have your own device, your own Apple Watch, and your own iPhone, and you use the Train app and you save your workout, it will log the hour that you worked out, the amount of calories, and the total time. Will you be able to track in kilos? Great question. Features coming very, very soon. For right now, it's pounds only. We will be at kilos hopefully within 2 or 3 weeks. So stay tuned. If bear with us for now, you'll have to do the quick math in your head, but within a couple weeks we'll have it. Okay.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate it, Andrew, you spending some time to explain. We're very excited about this opportunity partnering with you and your company. In terms of the athletes attending, this project is going to take some time to nail down and get it to the right way that we want to see it done. So the biggest thing that you guys can do to help Andrew and myself assist him is the communication front, right? He'll provide you the email, myself the email, and if there's any issues that you guys are having that we're not seeing, instead of just giving up on it, reach out, ask the questions that need to be asked, because there might be some things that arise that we're not aware of currently. So the more communication that you can provide, the better experience this is going to be, and it's going to be better for us in the long run. So if there is any other questions, we can give you 1 minute, but if not, guys, really appreciate your time. This recording will be sent out to everyone via email tomorrow, so pay attention to that, as well as Andrew's email for the setup on the app.
Great. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. All right, thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.